and the animals to share the habitat peacefully.
We all know that a species that is extinct is no longer in existence, like the dodo bird or the dinosaur. This next species was on the verge of extinction. In fact, the Mongolian wild horse could not be found in nature. They can only be found in zoos. Recently, there has been some reintroduction of Mongolian wild horses in several areas of Asia and China, from herds in North America and Asian zoos. What differences do you see between these horses and the domesticated ones we are more used to seeing?
I'm respecting that, man.
Good observation. You notice that they have a stockier build, shorter legs, and an erect mane, which is missing in forelock. It has a piece of mane that falls over the forehead. Here's a note from one of our field scientists, Jonathan Slatt.
I'm Jonathan Slatt, and I'm the Russia and Northeast Asia coordinator for the Wildlife Conservation Society. I believe that wildlife has a place on this earth. My job is to find practical solutions that allow people and wildlife to thrive.
Catch from domestic cattle. At this time, it looked like our cow is going to be on the far right-hand side. We'll catch a term in a few. Our brown antlered deer get their name from the curved shape of the male deer's antlers. Currently classified as vulnerable, these deers are continuing to lose their wild space. In many places, herds must resort to feeding on crops, as their natural habitat has been taken over by farming. And towards the right, you'll be able to see our gawa and our brown antlered deer. And no need to look for antlers because it is a ladies' day out. If you can, try to get a good look at those gawa's horns. You can tell them apart. The male's horns go up while the females dip inward like a crescent moon.
Big as hell.
That would be the gawa. Brown antlered deers are starving when they eat farmland, because they do not get the necessary nutrition they need, which is why they're in captivity today. I hope you have gawas. You might be able to spot one of the small cattle if you can. As we practice our scientific observation skills, you might be hearing noise coming from the concrete jungle rather than an Asian one. It's easy to forget that the Bronx Zoo sits in the heart of an urban environment, exhibit at a time. As we look for the tiger, I ask again that everyone remain seated. You're doing a great job so far, so just keep it up. And if you're able to spot the tiger before me, just point him out. You have a guess who cares. It looks like he's towards the back. I see some fingers pointing. Yeah, and he's walking towards us now. You see how elusive he can be? Tigers are a variety of animals, but they prefer wild-paced to medium-sized deer. Typically, a tiger will gorge itself on a fresh kill, eating as much as 40 pounds of meat at one time. Just think, that's the equivalent of 160 hamburgers in one sitting. I could go for 20 hamburgers myself. At the middle of that side. Now we're approaching the first meadow where our deer was going to be. And you see some of our black buck antelopes with the white underbellies. As we pass the black buck antelopes, you'll be able to see our white axes there with the white spots. They actually do not lose their spots. Most deer lose their spots once they're mature. And further to the right, you'll be able to see with the honey golden coats, our Barasanga deer. Please remain seated. I know at times people lose their phones all the time. Please remain seated right behind me. Thank you. This next animal blends in with the muddy area called home. You see what looks like a pig with upper tusks that are up to the top of his snout and curved backwards towards his eyes. Yeah, I found the pig called a Barbarossa. Can you say Barbarossa? The fact that the tusks are a lot of vegetation. For example, our elephant can eat up to 200 pounds of hay each day and drink 60 gallons of water. Take a close look at their trunk if you can. There are more than 40,000 muscles in the elephant's trunk. And it's an incredible tool. Can you see a finger-like feature on the end of their trunk? Asian elephants have this adaptation. An elephant can use its trunk to gently pick up an egg or tear down a tree with enormous force. Elephants get a lot of personal attention here at the Bronx Zoo, including baths and pedicures. That's right, ladies, pedicures. They deserve it. That large tree stump to the left of the exhibit is the elephant-sized back scratcher. As we pull away from the elephant zone, we're going to be on the lookout for another large mammal. This animal has skin that looks like armored plates. It has a big horn on the front of its nose. And that looks to weigh about 3,500 pounds. You guessed it, you guessed the rhino. All rhinos are highly endangered. Less than 2,000 Indian rhinoceros survive in India and Nepal. Towards your right, you'll be able to spot our rhino. We have had great success with Indian rhinoceros. Caring for this very rare animal is one thing, but breeding is a huge challenge. How many moms do we have on the train today? Think about this, moms. Female rhinos are pregnant for 16 months. Can you imagine being pregnant almost a year and a half? Then giving birth to a 150-pound rhino?
No.
The baby rhino will stay with its mother for 2 to 3 years, although weaning may only take 12 to 16 months. We have had like a hog, which is why it gets its name. This deer also moves like a hog. It runs low, creeps, and ducks under things, rather than leaping over things like most other deer. When alarmed, hog deer makes a whistling sound or a warning bark. Hog deer are found in areas stretching from Pakistan to northern India to mainland Southeast Asia. And this tall deer, this large deer that we see, is the sandbar from southern Asia. Standing up to 5 feet tall, males weigh up to 650 pounds. The antlers can grow up to 3 feet long and have 3 points on each bar. In the wild, male sandbar deer tend to live alone, while females live in small groups. As we get near the rocks, you'll be able to spot our nilgai antelope. If you see an animal with a yellow-brown coat and bluish-gray coat, you have spotted the nilgai, which are the largest of the Asian. But the front of the antlers actually become completely covered by a tuft of hair that grows longer on the front of their forehead. Males also have long upper canine tusks that you can see showing.